Was Rasputin merely a mystic, or was he a prophet whose words terrified the very people who crowned him advisor? What if the man history remembers as a charlatan left behind warnings so damning, so politically dangerous, that the Romanovs themselves sought to erase every trace? Could the secret death of Russia's last dynasty have been shaped not by revolution alone, but by the hidden knowledge Rasputin recorded, and that someone inside the palace hunted him for? Welcome to NoetEra, Hidden Lives, where we uncover secrets history tried to bury. Stay till the end, and don't forget to subscribe. In a restricted section of a St. Petersburg archive, behind a locked steel vault that still smells faintly of soot and decaying leather, a series of charred fragments rests inside a lead-lined box. Each page is a whisper, each letter a confession. They are Rasputin's last writings, manuscripts deliberately burned, reconstructed painstakingly by scholars who feared political reprisals. The ink is smudged, the edges brittle. A faint smell of ash and candle wax clings to the pages. And yet, beneath the destruction, a thread of prophecy remains. One fragment reads, in barely legible Cyrillic, "They walk within the walls I trust, their eyes on me. I see the night approaching closer than they imagine. When the blood falls, it will not be the people who decide, but the secrets they fear to surface." Some historians dismiss it as the ramblings of a mystic intoxicated by his own fame. But the manuscript itself is concrete, its edges scorched not by accident but deliberate erasure. The question rises, who inside the palace could have wanted him silenced before the fall of the Romanovs? In the same archive, a coded message survives on a tiny slip of paper. Written in a cipher Rasputin used only with those he trusted implicitly. Deciphered, it reads, "Trust no hand but my own. Even she watches. The crown fears me, not the people." Could she refer to Alexandra, the Tsarina, or someone else in the inner sanctum? Reconstructing the past from these fragments, a picture emerges. In the winter of 1916, Rasputin moved cautiously through corridors lined with heavy velvet drapes and shadowed portraits. Servants whispered of his steps being watched. Letters show he confided to a confidant, "I am hunted in the very house I serve." Their loyalty is a mask, their smiles a guillotine. Present-day analysis of the handwriting confirms multiple revisions, words crossed out, replaced with more urgent warnings. The pacing of the script itself. The fragments hint at paranoia, but not unfounded paranoia. Some testimonies from palace servants, collected decades later, claim he would sometimes pause, listening as if the walls themselves whispered. And often, after dinner, he would vanish, only to be found at midnight, writing feverishly by candlelight. The texture of these manuscripts, coarse, almost greasy to the touch, suggests they were handled obsessively, perhaps by someone aware their content could bring destruction. A minute observation raises a chilling possibility. The burned edges are uneven, as if the documents were torched partially, intentionally leaving cryptic lines visible. Among them, one line stands out. They fear the truth more than revolution. I am the witness they cannot allow. The pendulum swings between interpretations. Perhaps Rasputin's fears were genuine. Perhaps the palace itself orchestrated his death because he understood something politically dangerous. Or perhaps these writings were a performance of fatalistic mysticism, meant to intimidate. Yet, when examining contemporaneous reports, contradictions abound. British intelligence reports of the period mention unnamed, mysterious advisors whose predictions unnerved the Tsarina. One coded telegram notes, "The monk speaks of shadows over the crown. Guard against his counsel, it may be poison." The ambiguity is striking. Is the poison literal, metaphorical? or merely the fear of influence? And then, in an estate long abandoned near Tsarskoye Selo, a damaged mural emerges beneath peeling plaster, depicting a monk-like figure whispering to a royal woman. The figure's face is indistinct, almost erased, yet historians confirm the mural predated Rasputin's arrival. Could someone have preemptively imagined his role? Or was the image later defaced to suppress a forbidden memory? Among fragments of a burned diary found in a private collection, Rasputin reportedly wrote, "If they succeed in silence, the empire will crumble. But if I fall, my voice will echo through fire, and those who burned my words will taste the fear they deny." A present-day examination of these fragments in a museum's climate-controlled vault reveals something extraordinary. Tiny, almost imperceptible scorch marks match the patterns of early 20th century incendiary techniques, hinting at a deliberate attempt to destroy knowledge. Someone with knowledge, someone with access, intended for these confessions to vanish. Conflicting claims surge as deeper evidence emerges. Some historians argue Rasputin's writings were deliberately cryptic, intended to confuse rather than warn. Others insist they were precise, prophetic, and politically damning. A testimony from a surviving courtier states, "He spoke of our deaths as though he had seen them already, and yet he feared only one shadow among us, one that moved silently." What if Rasputin's hunted figure was not the monarchy itself, but a singular, hidden conspirator, someone powerful enough to orchestrate not just his death, but the destruction of his writings? A surviving letter, discovered inside a hidden drawer of a Romanov chest, reads, "The monk's words are dangerous. Burn them before they are read. The prophecy cannot survive." The phrasing is cold, methodical, almost bureaucratic, but the intent is clear. Knowledge was feared more than rebellion, secrecy more than truth. Present-day researchers examining the charred remnants of Rasputin's manuscripts describe an uncanny consistency. Even lines partially destroyed contain symmetry, as if the confessions were meant to be partly visible, a hidden challenge to anyone brave enough to reconstruct them. Could Rasputin have intended his warnings to survive the fire? Conflicting reports deepen the mystery. One diary entry suggests Rasputin predicted the monarchy's fall with exacting detail. "In 2 winters, the house of Romanov will bleed from within. Betrayal will wear a familiar face. Fire will consume what cannot be seen." Yet, a court record from the same period claims he was drunk and incoherent in public. His voice is dangerous, yet meaningless. Beware his influence. The pendulum swings. Was he a madman or a prophet? Perhaps both. Perhaps neither. A chilling artifact surfaces. A small silver amulet, discovered beneath the floorboards of the palace chapel, engraved with cryptic symbols and tiny initials matching Rasputin's. The amulet is accompanied by a folded note, "For the one who listens when no one else does. Secrets are blood, and blood will speak." The note's words evoke a forbidden curiosity impossible to ignore. Who was meant to receive this? Was it a confidant, or the very shadow that would later orchestrate his death? Another fragment of his confession, partially preserved in a private collection, hints at palace intrigue more morally disturbing than anything officially recorded. "I see the faces behind the throne. I see their fear. If I die tonight, it will not be for my sins, but for the truths I hold." Could these lines suggest the existence of a secret network of power within the palace itself? Were whispers of murder, manipulation, and hidden knowledge part of the intimate court, erased by fire and blood? Evidence surfaces in the form of a damaged photograph, smudged and charred at the edges. Rasputin appears seated beside a shadowed figure, face obscured by darkness. Some scholars speculate it could be a member of the royal family or a clandestine advisor. The context is unknown, but the implication is sinister. He was never alone in his awareness of palace secrets. A conflicting testimony recorded decades later tells, he warned the Tsarina of men who spoke softly in the corridors. She dismissed him, yet she feared him more than them all. He knew the crown's weakest points, and they knew he did. Even the chronology of his writings is contested. Some fragments suggest he wrote certain confessions months before his death. Others appear posthumously, reconstructed from ashes. The possibility of tampering looms. Who might have edited or preserved only what served their agenda? A coded letter found in a private library vault contains an even darker suggestion. If the empire falls, let it be remembered that it was not the revolution alone, but the silence of those who feared the truth that ended it. Could Rasputin's death have been orchestrated to prevent a truth that threatened the monarchy from spreading? Did the Romanovs burn what they feared could condemn them morally, politically, or even spiritually? Walking through the remnants of the palace in present day, the echo of footsteps, the faint smell of aged wood and dust, the soft glint of sun through cracked windows, one almost hears a whisper of the past. An unfinished manuscript lies half-revealed beneath a collapsed floorboard, fragments of ink still legible. To those who read these words, remember, knowledge is fire. Those who fear it will seek to extinguish it, even at the cost of blood. The pendulum swings once more. Was Rasputin's confession a warning, a prophecy, a private manifesto, or a labyrinthine trap designed to unsettle the very court he served? Whether these clues form a forgotten truth or are echoes of imagination, the fragments, letters, and testimonies collectively hint at a reality far darker than history admits. One can trace the burning edges, the coded messages, the testimonies, and the charred confessions, and wonder if the fall of the Romanovs was influenced as much by secrets destroyed as by revolution itself. And yet, the final question remains: who truly hunted Rasputin? Was it the monarchy, fearing exposure, a single conspirator within the palace, whose identity was carefully erased from history, or a vision Rasputin had that no one else could ever see? Whether Rasputin truly foresaw the empire's collapse, or whether these fragments are the carefully curated whispers of a suppressed, morally forbidden history, is impossible to determine with certainty. The manuscripts are charred, the letters incomplete, the testimonies conflicting, and that is precisely the point. The truth was feared, and it was burned. Whether the Romanovs feared Rasputin's words because they were prophetic, or because they revealed the darkness they themselves carried, is yours to decide. If you want more forbidden histories, hidden confessions, and secrets that history tried to erase, subscribe to NoetEra and continue this journey into the shadows of the past. And tell us in the comments, what do you think Rasputin truly knew before his death?